It's my duty and honor as your Vice President to introduce today's very special guest speaker today. Let us all welcome Mr. Michael Weitzman.
Can I get your attention? I'm here for many different reasons, but the main reason is that I'm trying to have everyone take your masks off to mental health disorders, mental health issues, and just plain mental illness. We have a major problem in our society right now, and the word is called stigma. And I'm trying to do something about the stigma in this world. And I'm not happy what's going on, and this is one of the reasons why I'm here to you today, to talk about stigma and many other things as well. But before I go into that, I just want to let you know a little bit about me. My name was changed 15 and a half years ago. I changed my name. It used to be Michael Weitzman, but back then it was 15 and a half years ago. I changed my name to Bip. In the court in Rockland County where I live in New York, I changed it. It's Bip. And my last name was also changed 15 and a half years ago. It's Olar. So it's Mr. Olar, that's what you can call me, or Bip Olar. Bip Olar, which means I used to have... Bipolar. Thank you. Only one person? Oh my God. That's okay. The bottom line is here, I just want to let you know, I did have bipolar. I did have the stigma. I did have this terrible mask over me telling me that I am bipolar. I wasn't Michael Weitzman. And I'm telling you, to this day, for 15 and a half years, I felt this way. That I felt terrible with this mask that was all over me about being this mental disorder. But I'll show you when we go down the road here, how I've done so well in the last year and a half in my recovery, and I'll tell you more of that in a second. But a really amazing thing that I also want to let you know, which is very important, that I'm not here to make fun of you and your mental disorder. But I am here to have fun with mine, because you'll find out later on that humor is one of my biggest tools out of my wellness toolbox. Now, I also did something pretty amazing. Anybody here know the Chicago Cubs? You know the Cubs? Where do they play in? You know what arena? What was it called? Wrigley. Well, what's really amazing is I just created something with Wrigley's, and I just came up with something called Bipolar Gum. You ever hear this before? Yeah, it's Bipolar Gum, and I have some samples I want to pass out to you. I'm not going to hurt you. Here's one for you. Here you go. Here you go. He's not listening. Okay, you're not listening. Okay, you're not. Here's one for you. Here you go. There you go. So what's amazing is I just came out with Bipolar Gum. It's really, really amazing. And what it is that now you too can have the taste and the feel of having bipolar. It's amazing, amazing. But I just want to let you know, each stick comes with free hospitalization, ECT treatments, and permission to run around naked in your local shopping mall. So please, chew up, people. Please, chew up. Let me explain. The gum does not have anything to do with making fun of mental disorder. The bipolar gum or schizophrenia gum or borderline personality gum, it doesn't matter what the mental disorder is all about education and awareness. That's what it's all about. And why is it important that we all have education awareness about mental disorders? Because I really believe that people can be more understanding to people like that. So what I've done here, I just want to ask you a question in the audience first, before I get into the main reason I'm here. How many people in this room either have or know of someone that has a mental disorder? Yeah, it's a lot of people. A lot of people. Wow. Now here's the story. Now, why am I here? Why am I here? Well, I'm here because I have a program that's called the 3 Amigos of Mental Health. And what the 3 Amigos are, and I want your attention on this and see where you fall into these 3 Amigos. The first amigo is someone that doesn't have a mental disorder. I go to them and say, congratulations, mazel tov, excellent, good for you. But those people, I'm not saying all of them, but a good portion of them are very ignorant, very arrogant, very judgmental, and they don't want to have anything to do with a person that has a mental disorder. That's pretty amazing, huh? Very loving. So I want to make a difference of the taste through this gum and other things I talk about. It's just to get that feeling of what it feels like to have and taste like to have a mental disorder. So then you can be more understanding and more giving, caring to the loved ones in your own life or friends that have a mental disorder. And that is about friends. The three amigos, friends, amigos. That's what it stands for, friends, right? Amigo. I want everyone to get together. Now that's the first amigo. Now what's the second amigo, ladies and gentlemen? The second amigo is a person that does have a mental disorder, but they haven't come out of the closet yet. And I bet you there's a few in this room that haven't come out of the closet yet. They're afraid of stigma. The first one is stigma related, with people that don't have a mental disorder. Now the second one is stigma related, of people that are afraid to come out. They're ashamed, they're afraid, they're scared, they're afraid of side effects. Oh, I have to see a psychiatrist. My cases, I had to get medicine to see a psychiatrist, and my wife said, if you do, I'm divorcing you. And she definitely did. So these are things that are on in our society. So a second amigo is someone that needs to come out and get help. Whether you're 14 years old or you're 94 years old, it doesn't make a difference. You can get help, and you will get help, and you will get better. So that's the second amigo. Now the third amigo is someone like myself who has a mental disorder, or in this case, had a mental disorder. And there's many people out there. 26% of the people in the United States has a mental disorder. Did you hear what I just said? 26%, that's over a quarter of people in the United States has a mental disorder. Now think about this. How about the people that have a mental disorder that haven't come out? There's at least, I got to say, another 10, 15. We might have close to 40, 50% in the United States. This is not a problem that we need to do something about the problem, and about education and awareness, and that's what I'm all about. So what I want to do right now, very simply, that's the three amigos, and now I want to play you something for someone. Now I just wanted to let you know, look at me right now. What do you see? See a hot guy here with purple shirt, power, whole shit. I'm looking good, right? I'm looking really good. But I want to play something for you. This is a gentleman, and tell me what you think. What do you hear?
Well, I just saw my favorite movie again, Mrs. Doubtfire. Because sometimes I feel that way, that I can't get a job or deal with things. Sometimes better, I lose my kids. It is now Saturday.
Briefly, what did you guys hear from that voice recording? What? Depressed? Sadness? Want to lose his kids? He mentioned Mrs. Doubtfire in that movie. I see a lot of sadness in that. Now the reason why I play that for you, because that guy is me. 3.5 years ago, I recorded myself when I was in what I call the cave of hell. This is the cave of hell. Now I'm going to give you a taste of what it feels like to be in a mental disorder, have a mental disorder. There are many times, I call this the neon sign effect, 24/7, baby. You wake up in the morning, it's like, damn, the depression's still here. You go to sleep, and all of a sudden you wake up again, it's there again. It's like, oh my God, 24/7, like a diner, like a neon sign. And then all of a sudden it's back in the cave of hell. And what were the things that I was going through? I call it non-functioning depression. What is that? That I would just lay in my bed and sleep all day with the covers over my head, or not sleep at all. I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't shower, I would isolate, I wouldn't have any interest to watch TV or do anything. That's pretty serious depression, if I can tell you anyone. And you can be irritable, you can be sad, you can have racing thoughts. It doesn't depend if it's bipolar, schizophrenic. There's a lot of different things that goes on with mental disorders. I just want to give you a taste of what it feels like and what I went through. And I'm telling you, it is not a happy time when you go through depression. Other things besides that, you have a lot of sadness that goes on. The other thing that I used to do, I used to beat myself up all the time. I'm not worth it, self-esteem issues. These are what happens to people that have a mental disorder. But we need to get help. They need to get help, just like what I did to get help. It's all about how I can get better and stay better. That's the key. Get better and stay better. But there were so many times that I was getting better. Yeah, I was getting better, and I call it like, I'm on like what? The triangle. I got the psychiatrist, I got the meds, I got the social worker. And I would get better, and then I said, screw that, I don't need the medicine anymore. I don't need the psychiatrist anymore. And what did I do? I got rid of it. I don't need it anymore. And boom, what came out? Bouncing ball now is a time bomb. I turned into a ticking time bomb, got sick again, and a lot of times went back into the hospital or just got very sick with depression. So what would happen again? I went back on my meds, right? Back on my meds, saw my psychiatrist, hey, yeah, and my social worker, whoever the talker might be, doing pretty good, right? I don't need it. I'm feeling fine. I don't need it anymore. What happens, ladies and gentlemen? Ticking time bomb went off again. I got sick again. And that is something that happened over and over again with my recovery. So I'm going to get into some good stuff in a minute. But right now, the one thing I want to let you know is everyone talks about bipolar, okay? That it's really bad. I don't know about you. You know, I've had bipolar, but everyone says it's really bad having bipolar. I don't tell you something. Since I've had bipolar, it's been great. I focus really well. I'm really creative. And I have an incredible long sex drive. Yeah, an incredible long sex drive. I do, yeah. I got to go 60 miles to see my girlfriend. Sex drive. Oh, come on, it's cute. But it's true, I do have an incredible long sex drive. That's one of the side effects of bipolar. But anyway, that's my cute joke for you today. But here's another thing. How many people here, seriously, how many people here are married or used to be married? How many people are married? Wow, holy moly. This is perfect for this joke. Let me tell you something. Marriage is an amazing institution. I'm telling you, it is the best and the most amazing institution by far on this earth. But my marriage made me go into an institution. And I got the toiletry bags from the hospitals right here. I got all shampoo and conditioner for the next 10 years now. Oh my God. Now here's the deal. I'm not making fun of you and your mental disorder. I'm just having fun with mine. I'm going to say these disclaimers over and over because some people believe that if I say negative things about mental disorder, I'm making fun of it. That's not the case. I'm having fun with it. So what? Not a problem. What's the problem? What is it? It's this. You know what this is? It's a brain. Okay? Now, I could be walking down the street and there's a lady that has a broken foot. And it takes a long time to heal. So does this. But in our society, they don't treat it as much that way. Because it's the brain. No, snap out of it. It doesn't work that way. When you have a ticking time bomb, a neon sign, the cave of hell, non-functioning depression, it doesn't take a day. It can take many weeks and months, and it can take years to finally get the right combination, which I'm going to show you I finally did. That's the Holy Grail, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, another thing regarding the marriage. I've been to 6 hospitals in 9 years. That's 6 hospitals. So what they did is they opened up a frequent flyer program just for me at the hospitals. Yeah, I get my own deluxe suite. I get my 3 sponge baths a day. And I got my free storage of my 37 years of emotional baggage. I'm telling you, man, it's amazing. Of course, there's no such frequent flyer program for hospital. But I've been to many hospitals. And the hospitals did help me. But did it sustain me? Did it make me stay better? No. But I'm not saying they're bad. Hospitals are very important. I did certain things with my glove on the day of January 2nd, 2008. That was the last day I saw my ex-wife, who used to be the reincarnation of Linda Blair, if you know who that is. And I got the pea soup and the head spins to prove it, if you don't believe it. But I did something with these gloves that was not good. I tried to take my life. And I'm telling you right now, I was committed, but I was at the crisis center parking lot, so I was looking for help. I need help. And this again was for 15 and a half years, ladies and gentlemen. I've only been doing great, unbelievably great for a year and a half, which is unbelievable. But I had a lot of things to deal with. What about myths? Anybody knows about myths out there about mental disorders? You know this? You know this myth right now? Put your hand out for a second. Put your hand out. You got bipolar now, buddy. Oh, good. You got it. You're contagious. Yeah, there's no contagious. You can't get a mental disorder from touching or kissing or whatever. Well, maybe from kissing, I don't know. No, but anyway, the point is, it's not about weakness. People think it's weakness. It's weakness if you don't go get help. If you're not trying to do something, and I'm speaking in a couple days at high schools, and I want, in an early stage, they don't even know what's going on with their bodies. I want to give them some signs and see what's going on. What about weakness? So it's not weakness, it's strength to go get help and come out of the acceptance. I mean, when did I come out of the closet? You know when I come out of the closet? I'm talking about the mental health closet, people. Where's your mind going? When I came out of the closet in 1999, I was 40 years old. 40 years old. In high school, in college, I had issues. I was isolating. I wasn't going to parties. I just wanted to be in my bed and go to sleep. I see the signs. I was angry sometimes. I didn't do anything about it until I was 40 years old. And then my wife, like I told you, said, if you take medicine, I'm going to divorce you. And then she did. What are another things? People tell you can never get better. I got better. It took me 15 and a half years to finally get better, but I got better. What about you can't help someone that's suffering? Well, I'm doing it now. I'm helping people that I'm talking to here. Whether you have a mental disorder, you don't, you have one that you do, but you're afraid to come out, or you have one or had one, that's the three amigos, baby. That's why I'm here, and that's why I speak all over. Uncommon. I told you about that. It's not uncommon. 26% has a mental disorder, and even more for the second amigos that are not coming out of the closet. Then, of course, it's your fault. Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, it's my fault. It's not my fault. And it's not even my parents' fault. Even my parents did have a mental disorder, which they don't. It wasn't their fault, and it's not my fault. It's a bad childhood, not my life. So they can't say that. There's so different things, and they'll come up with all these different things. The thing is right now, the reason I started doing this is because a gentleman you might have heard of in August 11th, 2014, decided to take his life. And I thought he was still, in my mind, the funniest comedian in the world, the most underrated actor in this world, and that's my buddy, Robin Williams. And Patch Adams, to me, is what I want to be in our society with mental health disorders, and also work it into the chronic illnesses, into addictions. There's so many things that I can go to bring out the taste and feel what it's like to have these different diseases, and especially regarding mental disorders. Unfortunately, Robin Williams took his life, but now I'm trying to do something about it. Another thing that is very important is that I went into doing certain things, and now the question is, what are some of the tools that finally got me to do better? But I just want to let you know about this first. This is called, anyone know what this is? Lay's potato chip. Do you remember the slogan, Lay's potato chip? The one I'm using now? You just can't have just one psychiatrist or one social worker or one type of medicine. I went through so many types. I'm not going to throw it in the audience. I always ask people, how many people have more than one doctor, two doctors, three doctors, and then go into that. But I've gone through a lot of them. Finally, I found the right combination, and that's what's going on regarding me because of what? The triangle. I'm on the triangle right now. But that's not what got me better, ladies and gentlemen. That might have stabilized me, a little hospitalization stabilized me a little bit. I still take the medicine, the psychiatry, and the social worker. That's fine, but that's not what's doing it. What's doing it to me is doing things outside the box, like what I do in my wellness tools. And you can take some of these before you leave. You don't have to have a mental disorder to have any of this stuff. It's also for your good personal self-being, too. I do journaling. I journal all day long. Meditation. Deep breathing exercises. I do affirmations every morning and a creed when I take a shower. I do a creed. I do prayer. I do church. You can do God, Bible, temple. A spiritual life coach saved my life. Insects, candles, support groups. It's so important to be with other peers that are going through what you're going through. That's so important. And have family and friends in a separate group because it's very hard for them too. Like when I had a mental disorder, my parents didn't understand and they were like, oh my God, I can't handle this guy. He's going a little crazy right now. So it's hard. They need to know what it's like. They need to get the education too so they can have a regular life too. Besides that, I do dancing. Look at me. I'm telling you, I'm a Jewish guy. I dance. I'm a great dancer. I dance when I was depressed or not depressed. It doesn't matter, but it's great for my mental state. What else? Yoga. And of course, I told you before, I'll get into the other thing, humor. Books about feeling better about yourself. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Wayne Dyer. I can go on and on. The 4 agreements. There's so many things that you can do on here. Acupuncture. I'm not telling people to stop doing the triangle. I'm not saying don't do this anymore. I'm saying with this, try some other things, which I have done that got me incredibly well. And that's really what it's all about. Now, I just want to let you know, does anyone know about Match.com? Does anyone know about that? Anybody did any dating sites? You're all married here anyway, so I guess you didn't. But I've done Match.com, but they have something out now. They have something out now. It's called MatchMD.com. It's for people that have mental disorders. So when you go on the site, you find like a beautiful blonde, blue eyes, who likes to dance. The one I found pees too much, has mood swings, and anger management problems. You know what? I'm in love. I'm in love. Yeah. Again, I'm not making fun of you and your mental disorder. I'm having fun with mine. So, what's my favorite movie? If you don't know, I'll give it to you right now. What is my favorite movie? What's the name of the movie? Patch Adams. Because it's about giving people that either have cancer or a mental disorder quality of life. Quality of life. That is why that movie is so important for me, is what I'm doing in what I'm doing to the hospitals and the clinics and MHAs and all different organizations to give people a quality of life and work on their recovery, but have fun during that time. Now, here's the thing I love to do for you, because I know we're getting close to the end. Here's my favorite. Anyone see who this is? Can you see this? See this? I'll go around. So you see this? You see it? That's not my grandmother. I'm just telling you, that's not my grandmother. That's me 7 years ago. I dressed up as an old, decrepit, complaining, neurotic, disabled, religious Jewish woman. And I'm telling you something, it's the best thing I ever did. Because when I was on the dance floor on Halloween with my walker, where it had Depends on one side and a Fleet Enema on another, and I'm going and dancing, I made everyone in the audience at the dance place laugh and smile. So that's what I'm going to talk about now. If you're not laughing and smiling, you better start doing it now. Because I'm telling you right now, it's very good for you. It boosts your immune system, ladies and gentlemen. It really does. Endorphins, they lift your mood. You might be feeling crappy. Boom, it will lift it. Whether you're watching comedy, doing comedy, or whatever it is that has to do with humor. It reduces your blood pressure. Okay? That's what it does. It dulls and kills the pain when you're going through a mental disorder, or even if you're not. And it alleviates stress and anxiety. It's a natural beauty enhancer. Well, it hasn't worked for me. But it's contagious. It is contagious. When people are laughing, and you start laughing also for no reason at all, that's a great thing. It increases your attention. It does. It improves your feeling of well-being. But here, ladies and gentlemen, what is the most important reason laughter and smiles are important in your life? Does anyone have an idea why? It will make you live a longer life. So it does. Listen, I Googled this, people. I know everything now. No, but the point is, it's true. It will make you live a long life. I'm not saying like Bob Hope lived to be 100. Bob, 5 minutes? Bob Hope lived to be 100. George Burns lived to be 100. They were doing comedy. It's just, I don't know if it's something to have to do with the other, but it sure helps. Phyllis Diller. You know Phyllis Diller? Remember her? The sex drive joke. The ending part was from her. I did everything else, but she came up with the sex drive. Amazing, that's amazing. And then you have people like Dr. Ruth. She makes me laugh because I can't believe that she was a sex fiend, and looking at her, it doesn't look like she can be that good. I just made that up right now. But the point is, for laughter and smiles, I'm just telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get involved with laughing. I perform stand-up comedy for an organization called Stand Up for Mental Health. And I performed 8 months ago. I have a YouTube piece. Listen, I'm not on the circuit or anything, but it's fantastic. And I use it based on mental health disorders. Some of the stuff I talked about is in my presentation. And there's other stuff I can't talk about because it's pretty serious. But as a whole, this is what I'm trying to say. Just to go back again, do you guys remember What is the three amigos? And I'm not leaving until you get it right. What's the first amigo? First amigo, what? Is a person that says they don't have a mental disorder. Mazel tov, good for you. But the point is, they're the most ignorant and arrogant people out there that need to taste the gum and understand what education and awareness is about, so they can be more understanding and giving. What's the second amigo? Do you remember?
One in the closet.
Yeah, we're back in the closet again. Yeah, these people just are afraid. Young and old, they're ashamed, afraid, the stigma. First one stigma, second one stigma. What's the third amigo?
You.
Me! I'm sure there's people here, but they're not going to raise their hands because they're all second amigos. But the point is, the third amigo is someone that has or had a mental disorder. But it's okay to have a mental disorder. It's not a big deal as long as you work on your recovery. And that's what it's all about. To feel better and stay better and not let anyone tell you what to do. Just get the help you need and don't be stigmatized and won't worry about the stigma that's going on in their life. And the only thing I want to say is anybody here, I am doing this because it needs to be done. I've been sick for a very, very long time, and I'll tell you it again from my heart. I've had the best 1.5 years I've ever had in my life, enjoying my life and doing everything. But my purpose and my mission is to be a spokesman in our society, to change the stigma, help people, tell them my inspirational and sad story, and of course, help everybody with their recovery to use more out of what? The wellness toolbox with the triangle, which is the meds, psychiatry, and social worker. So if you happen to know of anybody, any hospitals, psych, clinics, schools, middle schools, high school, college that I can help, please help me. Give me your card, take my card, we'll do it that way. And then the last thing I'm going to end it right now is that I will go to all of you right this moment and say, adios. No! I'll say it again. Adios, mental health disorders. And I want all the amigos to be friends. That's this program. Thank you very much.